Good boy.
Like butter. A fine day for some fine wares.
Easy, good horse.
Hey! Are you trying to kill me?
Hey, you nearly ran into me!
Is this your first time riding a horse?
I really need to sleep.
Watch out, damn it!
Let it be known that a new one-off tax is to be levied in the city. I know that times are hard, and none of us has much to...
Nice and slow. Whoa! Yes? Hmm? I could lay down for a bit.
Did you hear the dirt stamp?
I'm going to see the Mint Master. May I enter?
Any fool could say that. What do you want from him?
I have an appointment with him.
All right, go ahead then. But don't waste too much of his time.
Christ, I need some sleep. I'm glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly, and I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Sigismund's just a usurper. Wenceslas is the only true Bohemian king.
Singing Ruthard's song, eh? I might have known. Speak then. What do you want? And tell the truth.
That's none of your concern.
Oh, really? Then about face and go back where you came from.
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
I must have misheard you. Our business will be over when I say it is, not before. So pull your head out your ass and see to getting me into that assembly.
All right, Jesus. No need to lose your temper. You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Kuldaun. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that Tin Hen.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is Zum Eisernen Adler.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Or do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
I'll be going then. See you at the council.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive.
Greetings to you.
Christ, I need some sleep.
Hear what Master Jan Hus of Prague teaches us. Priests wallow in gold, while their falsehoods and indulgence... Another mongrel.
You're the finest leather. Leather water skins, leather bottles.
Pots! Pots for sale! Strong, well-made pots! Come closer and take a look.
Come and take your pick.
What would you like?
Show me your wares. Word about the price.
Well, I suppose we can try.
Mushrooms! Come and get some fresh mushrooms!
Aye, that'll do. Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
Thanks, Schneider. I'll gladly recommend you if anyone asks.
The best wares on the market.
I'm sorry.
Vegetables, horseradish, delicious
Broadcloth,
horseradish.
woolen broadcloth, quality fabrics.
Welcome. What can I do for you?
Fine wares. Come and take your
Would you repair a few things for me?
The finest wares, quality goods.
Axes, pans, nails. Take your pick.
We've got enough
All
to
quality
go
wares.
around. Anything you need.
Greetings to you.
Do your shopping here and you're in the clear.
Excellent. It's a pleasure
Come
doing
and
business
take a
with you.
gander. We've got
Take
it
care.
all.
Jugs here,
Tools,
big and
quality
small.
tools,
Jugs for sale.
sheet metal,
Fair
chain
prices.
beer, iron and
Fine
steel.
wares.
Strong pods. Pods here. Twice fired.
Same to you.
Linen canvas, the softest linen canvas. Come and buy the
Best
finest
wares on the
canvas.
market. Come and take a look.
Come and take your pick. New wares.
You must be Franta Kuldaun.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine while I run around like a bugger with pitchers so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
Let me put it another way. How much do you want for your place?
Finally, some sensible talk. But it won't come cheap. When I count it all up, new clothes, wages, a backhander to get in there at all, not to mention the coin I'd make in other places if I could say I served the King of Hungary.
All right, here you are, you daylight robber.
To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Well, to tell the truth, I'm not exactly an expert.
You're off to a great start, but whatever. If you make a mess of it and the king has you whipped, you've no one to blame but yourself. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not. Take care for now.
God bless.
You've got enough to go round. Anything you need.
Franta Kuldaun sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here.
We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you.
Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. There is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good.
You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your other stuff. You won't be needing it anyway. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're running around tables.
Everything as it should be.
Glad to see it, lad.
Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way.
In short, behave as if you're not there.
But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double.
You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
Remember who wants what?
That too, but more importantly, do not disturb the councillors at their work. They have a lot to discuss. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the King of Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
The city reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unverzüglich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
pour me some Takai.
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it?
Boy, are you deaf
Where
or
did they
something?
get them?
Wine.
I
You're the
apologize,
one
sir.
who should know where they got
Which
them.
wine?
Are you
Since you're a
colorblind?
gunsmith.
White.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herr Gott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
Boy,
What
are
I
you
smell
deaf or
is that
something?
your stubborn
Why?
heads do
White.
not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running
Sir?
free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have
Thank
the
you,
army
waiter.
bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
I fancy some
The
Tokai.
king can arrive at any
Refill,
moment.
boy.
What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver
apologize,
heap in
sir.
the kingdom,
Which
and we're
one?
supposed to
Tokai.
defend it with brooms?
White.
You're right.
Are you
Eldris.
deaf?
But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the yeomanly
sir.
state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well.
Well, thank
Maybe
the Lord.
if he waived some of the taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring
I
order
apologize,
to the
sir.
realm with his army.
Which wine?
But then
White
the
Tokai.
Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht.
Good, sir.
Well, thank the Lord.
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the
Another
city
drop of
is
white.
not
Don't
what
make
it
me
should
beg.
be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hopbrink and wants to repair
sorry,
the baths
sir.
that used to be there.
Orders
She's
from
a
above.
protege of Maresh.
You can keep that
Her efforts
slop.
are commendable,
I'm
but
the
I
biggest
don't think
wine
she'll succeed.
connoisseur in
It
town.
takes a firm hand, not soft, feminine fingers.
A moment ago, you were complaining there weren't
there,
enough
a
baths. Shouldn't we support her?
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people, like my friend, bathhouse proprietor Adam. The need for cleanliness and
come here.
citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated.
Is everything
Someone
all right?
needs to wash. There's a river just a
There's nothing
few
you can do
steps
about
from the
it.
city walls.
Come closer.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can share...
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
It's only a waste of time because we're all...
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eyes and come right back with it, understood?
Coming back to it.
A trifle. Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What of the king?
Nice. Whose silver might this be?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Pour me red wine.
Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full well. Everybody knows.
I
He wiped the
apologise, sir.
floor with you.
Which one?
Compose yourself, Adam, and
Am I
stop
speaking in
drinking.
Latin?
The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself? Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
Monastery wine. Here.
Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears
Monastery
must be
wine.
deceiving me.
Here.
Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the
thank
city
the Lord.
gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself.
I'd
while
like
the
some
king
white.
is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
Are they only just
Nothing
pressing
happened.
the graves
There's
for
no
the
point in
Tokai?
dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't
Thank
brush
you,
it off
waiter.
so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened,
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Rutard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us.
Waiter,
that
get me
German
white.
Menhard is just hanging around the market looking for trouble.
Don't be ridiculous.
I apologise, sir.
Swassucker.
Which wine?
You act
Are you
like you've never been
colourblind?
in a fight yourself.
White.
And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives in the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are
sir.
punished by the bailiff. And that's that. There are more
Don't hang
pressing
around
matters
me.
to deal with.
Vanish, you hear
More
me?
pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way.
Hey!
We'll soon be the laughing stock of the whole town.
Everything in order?
Rest assured, the whole town is already laughing at us all day long. So what if they have one more reason?
My words exactly. The town council is squabbling constantly at the Emperor Charles, and no one is left unscathed.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little
We'll
while...
never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
All right. I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored, and because I told you. Get on with it.
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
So, let's see what you've got for me.
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? Let's see them. And did you count those winged figures?
I counted 24, sir.
And you counted correct. Good. Here you are, so you can have a bit of fun in the evening too, eh?
Since there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers.
Hey,
right
wait
under our noses.
Pour me some monastery
Just the
wine.
village with the monastery, and they are going to Mokarol mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or report sick. And if they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right.
Time.
It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you are in the right. And as for you, Endelin, haven't you noticed there's a wall going
I'd like some
on?
white.
Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you?
Boy, are you
And
deaf
what
or
would
something?
that be?
Wine.
Like, for
White.
instance, that you'd like to have your own altar
Sir?
there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen.
Good.
That
Now
space
run along.
in the side nave is mine.
When hell freezes over, mein Freund, your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Worthy councillors.
Boy, I'd like some
We are
white.
not on the marketplace to argue like fishwives. The construction
I
of the
apologize, sir.
cathedral is proceeding
white?
slowly.
Are you colourblind?
And as your
White.
owner, there is a war, and there is neither money nor craftsmen. But with our joint powers, we will finish the building to the glory of God and our city.
Good, sir.
Even if it takes 100 years. What is next in the order of
Thank
business?
you, waiter.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it.
No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Juchek Össe, Alegiop Katonaikat, ich Kelkinek Utra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Unlike this band of fools!
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the Lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.